I want to address, this might surprise some people, okay? But I want to address the recent leaking, hacking of nude pictures of various female celebrities, including Jennifer Lawrence, including Kate Upton, and some others who I didn't even recognize. So I'll mostly just talk about Jennifer Lawrence and Kate Upton since I at least recognize who those people are. Over the weekend, someone leaked hundreds of pictures of those two women and others, which seem to have been stolen from private storage that I guess what it seems to be is they weren't stolen directly from the mobile phones of these women, but rather they were storing their pictures on the cloud and the cloud was hacked. That's the information I have right now. Maybe ultimately that'll end up being different. There have been a lot of different reactions to what happened. Some kind of equated what took place to rape, saying that these women's sexuality, because these were sexual pictures, was invaded. Their sexualities were invaded. And when that happens in the physical world, we have a name for it. It's called rape, right? And that this is basically that in the digital world. That may be an analogy that is valuable to you. I'm not so sure about that. I might put it a little bit differently. What I find very interesting, though, is that if you look online, and I won't mention any website specifically, but if you look online at internet communities and the comments on articles about this, you'll see that a lot of the same people who were very, very opposed, men who are very opposed to NSA spying, saying it's an invasion of privacy, it's against the law, this is absolutely not okay, seem to think that, well, listen, some of these women, if you didn't want this to be a possibility, you shouldn't even have taken pictures of yourself naked or in sexually compromising positions or whatever the case may be. And it's amazing to me that this seems to be just an obvious double standard because, Lewis, if you were to say to those individuals, hey, you're so worried about the NSA spying on you, if you're worried about them reading your texts, don't send any texts. If you're worried about them listening to your phone calls, don't make any phone calls. That same explanation, that same defense of this hacker, who many of these individuals are saying, you know what, it's the internet, it's a wide open, it's the wild, wild west. The same explanation applied to the NSA would not be okay with them.
There is some hypocrisy there. I will say that if you look back over the years, it seems that somehow almost everyone who has these nude pics or sexual videos, somehow they get exposed. It seems to always happen. Oh,
well, no, but Lewis, what you're saying is ridiculous. All of the ones that we don't know about obviously have not been exposed.
No. A lot of the most, I guess you could say, attractive and popular actresses seem to have these things pop up. And I do think that if you're going to take these pictures, you need to be much more careful. And I mean, I don't know if they're aware of the technology involved here. Certainly, I would never put mine on any form of cloud storage if they existed, which they don't. I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you. Yeah. No, what you're saying, Lewis, is not wrong, right? Which is you're playing with fire if you're famous and you're doing this. There's no question about that. Obviously, there's some risk that someone, I mean, what if your phone is stolen, right? There are so many different ways in which this could happen. I'm just interested in the specific hypocrisy when it comes to the prosecution of this hacker, who, by the way, now appears to be on the run, and whatever that means, that hacker now is reportedly on the run. The double standard with which so many of the same individuals who are so critical of NSA spying seem to be not that concerned about the perpetrator and more concerned about the victims here. Very, very interesting. And I don't know if everybody will... not everybody subscribes to this view. I don't want to make it seem like that's the case, but it was something I kept seeing come up in comment after comment, and looking at user comments on different websites. There's certainly a double standard that applies here to some of the criticisms that are being made of the women here, who again are the victims of a crime, in the same way that some are alleging people are the victims of unconstitutional actions by the NSA.